What's up, Mega City 1? So, I was going to stream this game last week, and had so many stream issues. Basically, my computer, this game's in my basement, and my computer that's down here, apparently the CPU can't handle that kind of processing, so I had to do a whole bunch of adjustments and stuff, and it's streaming through NVENC now, so it should be good. Hopefully there's no glitching out and bugging out. So far it says it's good, so fingers crossed. Alright, so what I am playing today is Judge Dredd. This is my favorite pinball machine. Not necessarily because it's like the best game ever made. It is, but no. It's just the theme is great. There's so many things that I love about this game, and I've put a lot of work into making it play really good, and, you know, just kind of little touches that I think make it a little bit nicer. Still some stuff I want to do to it, but overall, it's kind of at about the place I want it to be at. So let's take a minute to just talk about the game and talk about sort of how the shots work in this game and, you know, that kind of stuff. This camera right here is looking over the end of the game. There's one shot that I couldn't, unless I was only looking at that shot, I couldn't really get the shot, and that would be the sniper tower shot. So this is the longest shot in the game. It goes all the way up, almost all the way to the back of the game, and then it kind of curves around into a scoop, and then that is the vertical up kick that kicks up here. That's what I will be calling the sniper tower shot. It has multiple uses in game, but that's generally what it's referred to as. So I guess let's just start at the back and kind of work our way back with the shot map, because the back is the most complex. So you have a full orbit that goes around from here and here, loops all the way around the back. It's a nice smooth orbit. It's pretty cool. Ball comes out and feeds on to this flipper, and if you shoot from this flipper, you can actually get it to keep looping around, which is a pretty fun little thing, and it's integrated into the game. Just to the left of that, you have the air raid ramp. Now what the air raid ramp does is it shoots up, loops back, and feeds all the way down to the left out lane. I guess I should call it the left shooter lane more than out lane, but basically what it is a second shooter lane that's use is for shooting the drop targets. We'll get to that in a second, but that's what that one is. And I mean, you can call it like the air raid shot or the missile launch shot. It has a few different kind of things that you could call it, but that's the air raid ramp. So then just to the left of the air raid ramp, we have the sniper tower shot, and a little tough to see, actually basically impossible to see. There's another ramp just to the right of the Dead World disc here, and just to the left of the sniper tower that it's a ramp that has a gap in it. So basically what happens is you can or sorry, does that one have a gap? No, it doesn't. So basically what you can do is you can shoot around there, and it'll come around and drop down over here into this lane here. That's used for a few different features. It's predominantly used as a battle tank shot, but it has a couple other uses as well. And then just to the left of that, basically underneath Dead World, is another little looping shot that kind of ties into the orbit if you only make half an orbit, or, you know, there's a few different circumstances where it'll roll through there. And that is a crime scene shot. So I don't really think that shot has any other uses besides being a crime scene shot, but we'll get to the crime scene shots in a second. And you've got your two ramps. The right ramp is used as a stakeout and pursuit mode ramp. It basically, the right ramp, you shoot it, it loops back around, comes right out lane, in lane, I guess. Basically you have two on this side and one on this side with drains down here. And then the left ramp has a few uses. When you shoot it, it can loop around all the way back, where is it? Here. All the way back over to this outlane here. And then you'll be kind of wondering what this other habit trail on the top is, and what it is when you shoot into the sniper tower, it's gonna hit the vertical up kick all the way to the top and roll down. So vertical up kick out of the sniper tower will always feed this one. The other use that the ramp has is for the pursuit mode. I think that's the only... Yeah, pursuit mode is the only mode that uses that ramp. And then also it's where your ball locks are going to be. And we'll get to the multi-balls and ball locks in a second, but there's a diverter at the back. It's kind of tough to see, but it diverts in and directs it over to here, which will feed and lock physically lock onto the Dead World. Dead World has a crane on it, so when you actually activate multi-ball, the crane here will move over, pick up the ball with a magnet, move it over, and drop it down through a set of optos here, which shares with the battle tank ramp. It comes up and loops around here. It drops it through those optos onto there, which then drops down onto this lane here. What else am I missing? Okay, well, let's talk about the drop targets, and then we'll get deeper into the modes and stuff. Yeah, because the drop targets kind of tie into the multi-ball. So basically you have the letters or the word judge spelled out with the drop targets, and you need to hit them in order to actually light the letters. So if you hit U, for example, it won't actually give you the U letter. You would have had to hit J first. Same thing like if you hit G or E or any of those without having lit the letters preceding them first, it won't count, and you'll have to clear the drop targets and reset. The only exception to that is if you shoot, there's a scoop behind the D letter in the center. If you shoot that scoop, it will give you a letter, and it'll also feed back through a subway up to this vertical up kick here, which feeds to your left flipper as well. This game has a lot of habit trails going on in it, and when I first got it I was like, wow, it's kind of confusing, but it's actually really, really straightforward. And the feed times on them are all reasonable enough that it's never like overwhelming or hard to read where your ball is going, which I like. This is a wide body game, so it actually is great having all those extra things in there, because that's what wide bodies excel at, is being crammed with lots of cool stuff. What do we got? We've got a mystery target right here. That's the flashing question mark there. And we have a couple shots here. There's 3 stand-up targets that are for advancing crime level, as well as a battle tank shot. Battle tank is a mode, by the way. And then there's another battle tank mode on the shooting up the left orbit. Right side, we've got the meltdown shot. These are only really used during the meltdown. What do you call it? Meltdown mode. I'm just trying to remember what they call them in the game. Links, I think, because it's all parts of a chain. It's like links of a chain. So I think they call them links. But anyways, what it is 3 captive balls, and you hit the first ball. The first ball rolls over a switch, then hits the second ball, which rolls up, rolls over a switch, hits the third ball, which rolls and hits a stand-up target. And basically, the first 2 switches are reactor 1 and 2, and then the stand-up is reactor 3. So in meltdown mode, the goal is to hit it directly so that it feeds all the way up and hits the stand-up at the back, which will finish that mode. It's a easy mode on paper, but a very difficult shot to make, just because it's right at the end of your flipper, and there's kind of a real narrow sweet spot for it, but I like it. Is there any other shots? I think I've got them all. Yes. I think so. So for gameplay, what's going to happen is we've got the build-up chain feature, these big yellow lights. There's one here and one just in front of the sniper tower that might be a little tough to see, but yeah, it's right up here. So it's kind of what I was talking about with the sniper tower shot being more than just a sniper tower shot. Effectively, either the left ramp or the sniper tower is going to be used to start a mode at any time. So, well, the only exception to that is when you're in multi-ball. In multi-ball, there's no starting of modes, and it pauses any modes you're in. So, when the game starts up, it's going to default to using build-up chain feature, which is start a mode, on the left ramp. And if you manage to clear the drop targets, actually spell out judge and get Dead World going for your ball locks for multi-ball, it will then move that over to the sniper tower shot. Also, if you start the mode and end that mode, the next mode start will be off of the sniper tower, and it will always alternate between the two as long as you don't have Dead World lit. If Dead World's lit, it will always your modes will always be off of the sniper tower shot. So, let's talk about crime scenes. I am still somewhat hazy at times as to how you build them up, but effectively the way it works is you have these different crime scene shots, and they're green, orange, red, and white, and each one of those increases your scoring for the mode. So basically what you want to do is try to get from warning to misdemeanor to felony up to class X felony. So class X felonies will give you the highest reward for completing modes and making shots and stuff. So the goal in this game is really get up to a class X felony, start a mode, do as many shots as you can in it, finish the mode, and then rinse and repeat, because I believe after you complete a mode or you drain, your crime level goes back down. I may be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure it does. I've got the game set up on competition mode with the very hard factory installs. I've cleared most of the high scores. I put up some new ones after I cleared it, but it's nice to just have a little bit of a frame of reference as to what kind of scores you want to be getting in this game. The other thing is this game has a super game mode. So super game was a pretty small market of games that came out in the early to mid 90s. They were all, I think, I'm pretty sure they were all on the WPC DCS platform or whatever. But they basically, what it is an instant multi-ball that once you drain out of the multi-ball and only have one ball left, it goes back into the normal game mode. So Super Game has its own unique shots and modes and callouts and stuff that it does in the game. And then once you get out of your multi-ball, it just goes right back into the normal gameplay mode. And we'll probably play some rounds of that today. But I generally like to focus on the main game. Multi-ball. The way multi-ball works is once you've spelled out the letters judge, it will start Dead World spinning and it will light up. And then every shot you make up the left ramp for the next 3 shots will go up and the diverter will be forward. So it'll lock a ball physically into Dead World, launch a new ball for you. And when you shoot your third ball up there and get your third lock, the crane will move over and start picking up the balls and dropping them through the left lane there, and you'll also get a fourth ball pops out into the shooter lane. This game does not have a physical plunger on it. It's all button plunge, like I forget what they call it, but you hit a button and it shoots it, and it has auto plunge for anything that shoots into the lane, save for your first shot. To my knowledge, I don't think there's a skill shot in this game. I think it's basically just fire it up and get going. So generally, I have 2 goals. One goal is getting through the modes. And the modes, you only need to start them to get your link in the chain. You get more points if you finish them, but to actually get up to the sort of wizard mode, you only really need to do the modes. However, being that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 modes, plus the ultimate challenge, you can't really just start a mode and drain. But if you do start a mode and you drain, it's fine because you still got the link. So that's kind of cool. And then during multi-ball, what the premise of the multi-ball is in this game is you are trying to contain the dark judges. Judge Dredd, the game, is based entirely on the comic books from 2000 AD. It came out shortly before the Stallone movie, but it has nothing to do with the Stallone movie, which is part of why this game is great. I think it's one of the few pinball machines that is just 100% a comic book game. It's based on the comic books, not the movies at all. It doesn't take anything from the movies. It's just the comic books. So, quick summary, Judge Dredd is a judge, jury, executioner type of figure who is the one figure. I mean, there's lots of judges, but he is like, judges are the one figure that deals with all crime. And in the comic books, there is a sort of alternate universe called Dead World. And the dark judges are sort of like primal mirror images of the judges that focus on specific things. So the dark judges are Judge Fear, Judge Mortis, Judge Death, and Judge Fire. And for example, Judge Death, who's kind of the leader of them, you know, it's like your sentence is life and your punishment is death kind of thing. Like, it's very, very kind of kooky and on the nose, but I love it. So you're trying to contain those guys, and basically during the multi-ball, what you're going to be doing is making shots up the left ramp and then shooting the center shot where you'll see this red triangle flashing that says multi-ball jackpot. Basically what that is you'll contain a judge, and the callouts are very solid with that. I have done a completely different soundtrack with this. So the music you're going to hear is by a lot of different sort of outrun type artists. It's very synth based, very pumping, you know. And the main track is by a dude who goes by the moniker Laserhawk. He's actually a pinballer as well, and I got the thumbs up from him, said it's cool, so that's awesome. So yeah, gameplay wise, I'm either going to be going for multi-ball or for mode. If I'm doing really good, I'm going to be hammering both at the same time. But this game, despite being a wide body, is fast and it's ruthless and it's not forgiving. You'll see down here flashing orange is drain shield. That's my ball save. It is not very generous. So yeah, slam tilts are something this game's pretty sensitive to. However, I can get a little bit of tilt side to side, but being that it's heavy and a wide body, it's kind of a little iffy trying to get those ball saves sometimes. As you can see, it doesn't move too much. And then yeah, so in terms of what I've done to the game, spotlights are added in. That's not a huge thing. I've got these flipper toppers, which represent the dark judges. The crane is a completely different crane. It looks way better. I've got side art decals. As you can see, the back box speaker panel is an LED thing. It flashes. It's really cool. And I had to make a bunch of modifications with the crane stuff to make sure it registered properly, but everything through my testing when I was playing it for a few hours on the weekend, it's working perfect, which is great because this game often has a lot of problems. So let's get into it.
Lawmaster computer online. Welcome aboard.
So one warning is the callouts will occasionally be really loud. It was something that was very difficult to balance with the pin sound board that I put in. Eventually I'll get around to finishing it up and, you know, fixing all that. But for now, let's rock and roll. So off that shot right off the start there, a good goal is to try and sweep those drop targets. However, if you miss the J, it can kind of be a little bit of a bad move. So there's my J. Reset the drop targets. Hopefully I'll hit U there. Nice, I hit U and D. And there are my last two letters. So now Dead World's lit. The call out there that said Dimensional Lock 3, what that means is all three ball locks are lit. As I progress through, my next multi-ball after the first one, I have to light each lock individually by spelling out judge, so it'll say Dimensional Lock 1 lit, Dimensional Lock 2 lit, whatever. And you'll also see that now the build-up chain feature popped over to the sniper tower shot. So let's go for that sniper tower shot. Ooh, no dice. And there is a small mini flipper up top. Small mini flipper up top here. With that flipper, you've got a couple different shots, but you can also sometimes, if the lineup is perfect, you can backhand it up into that sniper tower shot. Being that this game is somewhat hard to transfer balls on, I'm just going to go for the Dead World lock. Or not. So here's the actual sniper tower mode. It's going to count down my scoring as I'm doing this. So I want to try and get into that sniper tower again as quick as possible. And then I have one more shot into that sniper tower to finish it. However, the mode will end when he hits the ground here. So I'm just going to lock that first ball, plunge out, and dude is, yeah, we missed the animation there, which kind of sucks, but Dude falls onto a fence and dies, and that's the end of the mode. So I didn't get quite as much points as I could have out of that by not hitting that last shot, but still pretty decent. So we got one ball locked. Let's just lock another. And try to maybe... Oh, that was a close save. Some of these shots in this game are really finicky and kind of tough to nail. There we go. So this one's Battle Tank. I've got a few different shots I can make in Battle Tank. Predominantly, I want to hit... Ah, shit. So you'll see Battle Tank actually will complete now, and it lights up Bad Impersonator. Bad Impersonator is great. Originally, the soundtrack for it was like an Elvis impersonator, like, oh, yeah. And I replaced it with Hasselhoff, so it's a little bit awesome. Let's see if I can get into that. Oh. And just so you know, once we get into it, it's going to be shooting the center drop targets. However, there's going to be two that are going to light, and they'll move around. And those are the ones I want to hit to basically get points. And so basically with the music restarting like that, what it is people watching him. Oh, slam tilt. Basically what it is people watching him throwing stuff at him, and you get points from throwing shit at him, which is great. We're on ball 3, so I'd like to get that multi-ball started. So this is the air raid shot or the missile launch. Just trying to hit those targets like that. Basically, it's always J and U. On my machine anyways. On other machines, maybe not, but on my machine, it is always J and U. It's an easy little bit of points. So if you happen to hit the air raid shot, it's not bad. There we go. So now we're into multi-ball. Goal right now is to shoot the left ramp. Now shoot center, and I will collect Judge Mortis if I can get it in there. It can be a somewhat tricky multi-ball because it doesn't save anything. So I've got 2 balls left. Got to really try and get that center shot. There we go. So now we want to go for the left ramp. Nice. Oh, and I just missed it. And thank you, Don't Panic, for the host. Very much appreciated. Oh, come on. It is really difficult to regain control in this game. I find that the placement it reminds me a lot of like kind of early solid state games in that your angles of your slings and stuff are just really unforgiving for regaining control of the ball. So if I was really good at doing like lane passes, it would be pretty solid, but I am not good at that. Alright, let's shoot the left ramp. It is alternated over because we're not in multi-ball. We'll shoot the left ramp and get another mode going. I believe it's Meltdown. No, Safecracker. So Safecracker, I'm shooting the center shot. Ugh, that was close. Shooting the center shot. Ah, damn. Safecracker is a fun mode. So basically what it is as you shoot the center shot, basically what you're doing is each shot is increasing the thief's weaponry to try and break into the safe. And it's actually a pretty funny mode. I like this game a lot because of how it melds like this sort of goofy ultra violence that the 2000 AD comics kind of capture, where it's sort of like the premise is just like this silly, like goofy premise, but it's also like sort of like violent and nasty and stuff. Like it's just a cool property. I love it. Okay, so let's just focus on multi-ball. First letter, second. My middle drop target for the D is sometimes a little sticky, so that's why it registered that D a little bit late there. I actually hit it, but it hadn't dropped down yet. One more letter, nice. So a really good strategy in this game, instead of trying to do a transfer over from one flipper to the other, shoot the right ramp, it comes back down to the right flipper, and then you shoot up that way. I think it's a much better, safer strategy. Oh, bad drain. This heavy game is just so hard to move for those ball saves. I'm gonna just restart this game. Oh, and another thing I didn't mention, you'll see there's still a ball up on Dead World. This game doesn't require the clearing out of balls off of the Dead World when you're in a game. When you start the game up, if there's any balls up there, it will do a ball search and pull them off of there and get them into the trough. But yeah, during a game it detects it, and basically what'll happen is if you shoot a ball up onto there with a lock, so say right now we got one ball up there. Once I light my locks, it's not going to physically lock the first ball. It's going to shoot up and orbit around. And then for the second ball, the diverter will go into place. So it's actually quite intelligent programming just based on the switches and stuff. However, being that the game does that, when it's working, it's fantastic. When you're having issues with optos in this game, it causes a slew of issues that are like really, really difficult to suss out. And I was having issues where I thought it was my trough. I thought I was having trough problems. And basically what it ended up being is the ball, when it was dropping through the optos here off of the crane, it wasn't fully registering in the optos. So what I did is I moved the optos out so they're a little bit closer, so the ball registers a little bit easier. And that fixed a lot of my issues, and it was just literally like 10 little washers on each screw of the opto, and that, did the trick. But it's, like I said, it's a game that when it's working, it's fantastic, and when it's not working, you're like, you just scratch your head and you're like, what is going on? Just give me 1 second.
Lawmaster Computer online. Welcome aboard. Use fire button to launch ball.
And yeah, just let me know if there's any issues with the audio balance or anything, or if there's any video issues or lag or anything like that. Like I said, I'm streaming from a different computer than I normally use, so it's a little bit more finicky. But hopefully everything works out. Let's play some pinball. Let's just drain the ball. This game is okay. So there, my auto plunge actually didn't take me all the way up, and that's why it just kind of trickled down through the top side there. And we'll just drain it. So that sound, oh my god. That sound was, if you get 3 loops, I think it is. I want to say it's 3 loops. It gives you a sound effect and stuff. Cool, thank you. Yeah, it was a lot of headaches trying to figure out why my stream wasn't working down here on the weekend, and just ended up being the CPU on the computer down here can't handle the processing I would normally do, so I had to switch it over to NVENC, and Yay, it works now, so that's cool. Ugh. Hitting the J off of that flipper is really difficult. I always try for it, but it is like one of the most tricky shots because the ball comes around pretty fast, even off of auto plunge. And you end up hitting shots that you don't mean to quite often. Alright, so we're on Battle Tank. We want to do left orbit as well as that shot I just half rolled up. Oh. So because I don't see it flashing, I think... Ah, yeah. Totally missed that one. There's actually a Battle Tank shot on these 3 stand-ups on the side. I must have just glanced one of them or something. But basically you've got 3 shots you need to hit. It might be 4, but there's three shots and you need to hit each of them basically to destroy Battle Tank. There might be 2 shots on one of them or something, I don't know. Yeah, because it's at 25%, Battle Tank damage at 25%. Basically each shot increases your percentage of damage on the Battle Tank. Meltdown, come on! Ugh. It can be the quickest mode or it can be the slowest mode. Oh my god. Those captive balls on the side are just like a really last minute shot. It's brutal. I'm gonna try and get it right here. Oh. One thing I like about this game, it treats nuclear it treats a nuclear explosion as if it's not really that big of a deal. Like it's an everyday event. Alright, there's my Dead World log. So here's Safe Cracker. We want to be shooting that center shot. Come on. Ugh. And so once I hit the first shot on this mode, what it'll do... Oh. I'm just gonna let this drop down. Damn! But yeah, hitting that center shot, once you hit the first shot, it really starts the mode. I didn't even get into the mode for Safe Cracker. Like, I was in it, but you have to hit the shot for it to change the music and actually, like, start what the mode's all about. I don't know why I try for it. I always try for it, and it never pans out. I might have to change this thing back down in difficulty. The reason I don't like to play this game on like an easier mode, even though it's like a game that really could benefit from it, is because you don't need to complete the modes to progress. If you have a good game, it's pretty easy to get up to the wizard mode levels. Whoa, nasty. And you really got to watch with the drop targets. If you hit 2 of them at the same time, it's 50-50 on whether or not it'll register both of them. Come on. So now, being that I need to reset those drop targets just to get to E, I can take 1 shot to get in the center hole, or I could have taken 2 and hit the J and then hit the E. So this one is stakeout. It's repeated right shots, right ramp shots.
I wonder what's over there.
Judge Dredd be peeping.
I wonder what's over there.
Oh man, I was on a little bit of a roll there.
I wonder what's down there.
Oh shit. So one of the things I like about this game that I don't feel like enough games do, especially modern Sterns, they really lack in this department, is having a a mode where every shot progresses something on the DMD. It's something that a lot of the modes in this do. Stakeout does it for sure. Manhunt Millions might. Safecracker does. Stakeout. So Stakeout, Safecracker, Manhunt Millions maybe. Battle Tank I don't think it does. Sniper has a couple little things, but it's only a couple shots to do it, so it's pretty quick. Blackout is a 2-ball multi-ball that just doubles scoring on everything, which is cool. Pursuit kind of does it, but it's more so that the car is moving from lane to lane. So when we get to Pursuit, I'll explain it, but it's basically the left ramp and the right ramp. You shoot whichever one the car is in the lane for, and then you're basically shooting a rocket out of your bike to blow up the car, which is great. I haven't been focusing on doing the crime scene stuff because I find in this game you'll often get a lot of them anyways just from hitting shots. So anytime you hear a call out that says something along the lines of like 15 years for flatulism, those are building up the crime scene. And generally speaking, this is the one you want to hit, these 3 stand-ups where it's flashing white there and says advanced crime level. However, they all can alternate to whichever color. So what I'm not positive with this game is whether or not it's necessary to get any of the other crimes before getting Class X felony, if they stack together, or how it works. But I do know that you get more scoring for each one. So I mean, ideally you hit every crime scene that shows up to get your scoring up, but whatever.
Lawmaster computer online. Welcome aboard. Use fire button to launch
All right.
fire.
Warning for spitting.
See, that one is a little bit loud. Oh, and that's the luck out that I always want to get, hitting the J and the U right off the get-go. No. And the left outlane on this game is nasty. Super nasty. Cool. Apparently a Mezzle mod shipment showed up for me. I believe that was some stuff for my maiden.
For solicitation.
Just the E left, but I'm going to go for the center shot. Oh, if I can. I cannot.
18 years for assault.
There we go. So I think it builds up the value hitting those shots, because I had gotten a misdemeanor, yellow. Ah, that shot, man.
5 million.
Did not complete that mode in any way, shape, or form. So there's my first lock, second lock, and a drink. Let's at least get into a multi-ball here.
I'm staking out a crack house in Sector 3. I wonder what's down there. Interesting.
I like when you get those fortunate weird bounces.
Shoot right ramp.
Right. I wonder what's over there. Interesting.
All right, multi-ball. Want to get that left ramp shot as soon as I can. Take advantage of my drain shield.
Shoot right ramp.
Oh my god. Oh, come on. I always, in this multi-ball, I pretty much always will get down to 2 balls before I accomplish anything. Oh, that was the one I needed. Nothing. Nothing. No dice. Okay. Now it's coming back to me. So, hitting this shot advances the crime level, so every crime scene is a Class X felony one. You can see they're all flashing white now. So I guess first thing you want to be doing is hitting that shot right there.
Don't move.
Got one shot left. There we go.
Dimensional lock 3 is lit.
So that's good because I'm getting a crime scene. Plus, I'm heading straight into blackout, which is 2 times scoring anyways. And if I'm not mistaken, I might even be able to lock balls for multi-ball during this mode. Nice. Oh, come on. Oh my god. I like how it just keeps playing his sound file throughout. Some of the stuff when I did my pin sound install got a little bit messed up, but I actually kind of like a lot of them.
5 million.
Oh, and so when you complete the judge targets when you don't need it, you'll get 5 million for it. That's another thing I forgot to mention.
Great shot.
No dice. Okay, so first thing off the start, instead of shooting those judge targets, I'm going to be going for the advanced crime level stand-ups. Oh, missed it.
Don't move.
Like that. Took 2 shots to get that, which I found a little bit interesting. That might be a hard mode thing. Life for terrorism. Life for draining out the outlane. Oh, no, give it to me. No, I knew you wouldn't. This game is unforgiving. I'm also kind of playing like shit, so that doesn't help. But we'll get there. There we go. Oh no! Didn't even get to bash Hoff at all. Damn. So I think I got one of the hits for advancing the crime level. Oh no! Oh. Getting an outlane save on this game is about as satisfying as it gets because it's so fucking hard. There's like a handful of shots that I'm trying to make right now and not getting any of them. So right now, one of the best things you can focus on when you get fed from the left flipper out of there is just try and keep hitting that. Oh, just to keep hitting that center shot there. Like the hole behind the D target, that one. especially when you only need the one letter and it's the hardest letter to get. Oh my god.
Solicitation.
Wind shield deactivated.
It's one of them. Alright, so we've got our crime level advanced. Oh, I fucked myself over on that one. Yeah, that outlane geometry on that one is nasty.
Dimensional lock 3 is lit.
Wind shield deactivated.
Dimensional lock 1. Dimensional lock 2.
Fuck me. Oh man, I need to put some rubbers on this game that are like the deadest rubbers ever. Though I do have a set of, they were starting to get worn, so I did order a set of Titan rubbers, which I really like. That's what I've got on my flippers, but it's actually still pretty surprisingly bouncy on this game. And I've got it set at about 6.5 degrees, so it's kind of like it's still floatier than I'd like, but it's kind of the happy medium between not being able to make the ramps and, you know, it being like fast. But it's still pretty fast playing, which is good. Just a little bit of bouncing and flipper behavior that I would rather something a little different.
Wind shield deactivated.
All right, 2 hardest targets done. Oh boy. And we're good.
Dimensional lock 3
It's the best way to start the game. Oh no.
90 years for kidnapping.
Oh, I didn't quite make it.
Great shot. Missile destroyed.
I'm not making that orbit shot at all. Watch, I'll probably make it now. No. All right, Hoff, payback time. Oh no. Fuck. I missed it. I joke, but that Hoff song's fucking banging.
Wind shield deactivated.
Dimensional lock 1. Dimensional lock 2.
Let's do it. Oh, yes.
Judge Mortis.
Wind shield deactivated. Shoot left hand. Justice is needed.
Judge Mortis.
Nice.
Judge Fire.
No.
I will be back.
So we got one of the judges. That's all right. Basically, in this game, if I collect one of the judges, I'm pretty happy with myself. the multi-ball and the drains off of it and the ball save, like, it's tough to really progress the multi-ball in this game. That's why I say, like, you kind of have to choose what you're going to focus on, because it's a lot of shots to do in the multi-ball. Or sorry, not necessarily a lot of shots, but a lot of specific shots.
Dimensional box 1 is lit.
So we're in Manhunt Millions. Oh, not quite. And that's what I didn't want to happen. Damn. What was I gonna say? Yeah, so basically it's really just in multi-ball, it's really just shoot the left ramp, shoot the center hole, shoot the left ramp, shoot the center hole. And I think for Judge Fire, it's 2 ramp shots and then the center hole. And then for Judge Fear, so you go Mortis, Fire, Fear, Death. So then Judge Fear is 3 ramp shots and Judge Death is 4 shots and then center. I've only ever gotten it once, all the way to Judge Death. Yeah, this is a tough game. I also, like I said, I've got it set up pretty tough. I've got my ball saves not lasting very long, and if I find that today I'm not making it a little bit, like not making it quite as far, we might do a reset and just put it onto easier settings or whatever. But I also think because it's in competition mode, I think I have the extra balls disabled, but I think by default on extra hard mode it gives you you can get 1 extra ball, and oh shit, I think it's 1 extra ball, and I think it's it might even be just 1 extra ball per game. It's 1 extra ball per ball for sure, but this game on factory settings, set up just like factory defaults, you can get like 6 extra balls. It's ridiculous. Like, you feel like the games go too long almost. So I do recommend this game not be played on the factory settings, which is one of the few games that I do recommend that for, because a lot of games it's like they didn't intend for it to be set up fucking ridiculous. But this game, they made it just too easy. In terms of like getting extra balls and stuff, the shots and stuff are still really unforgiving, and maybe that's why they made it easy. They were like, you know what, nobody's gonna fucking get there anyways. And I will say the original soundtrack in this game is still pretty fucking good. I like this one more. Somebody had made a Metallica version for it, I think, on PinSound. And I tried it out, but I mean, leave the Metallica in a Metallica game. This game's gotta have its own personality, you know? Boy, that was a real bad game.
Welcome aboard.
2 years for speed exposure.
Not today, Grandma. Oh, good sweep. Couple of the harder letters. I need to hit the center shot if I can. And now I'll just have... Oh, it didn't register. No. Oh, now it did. No, it didn't. The fuck? So close, yet so far. There we go.
Dimensional lock 3 is lit.
Nice. Finally got that. The shot is so ridiculous. It's an easy shot. It's just like you're hitting the same shot multiple times, which gets a little tricky. Maybe I'll finally get my redemption on Battle Tank here. Yes, redemption. Oh, not quite. Oh man, that shot is real tough. You basically, to get up to that, nope. Oh, fuck. To get up to this right flipper and hit that shot, which I know it's like really tricky to see, but basically like right below this, that's where the shot for the battle tank is, and it's also the blackout. I guess I forgot to mention this. It's mixed. That ramp is a blackout ramp as well. So during blackout, the 2-ball multi-ball, that's what you want to be shooting for. And again, very difficult to get up there, especially in a multi-ball. But battle tank, it's doable. It's just, like I said, very tricky. No. Oh man, give me that ball save. Oh, that's such a risk-reward shot, hitting those drop targets from the right flipper.
Use fire button to launch bomb. Rain shield deactivated.
Oh, slam tilt, you spicy. Come on. Oh, I only got 2 of the reactors. No, she's gonna blow.
4, 3, 2, 1. Reactors.
Oh, with 1 second left. And right into a mode. Cool. Let's try to get some shots into there for Safecracker. Oh, nope.
5 million.
All right, finally I made a shot on Safecracker. So he starts with that gun. Oh, get in there, come on. And hitting that first shot increases the timer on it. Oh no! Oh, bummer. So hitting that first shot on Safecracker actually extends the timer on it. I believe a lot of the modes do that. Once you've hit the first shot, it extends it. What score is this? Enter your initials for high score 4. I didn't even see what my score was, but progressing through modes, I was actually getting some points. Pop! No me. So 195 is my score on that. That's like an okay score. Like, for me, a pretty decent score on this game is about 500 million. And that's like a respectable score, like you've done a lot of progress through the game. One thing I find that's kind of cool about this game, outside of Blackout and obviously the multi-ball, there's not a lot of opportunities to get like one-off scoring bonuses. So generally speaking, just generally, if you look at a person's score in the game, you can kind of tell where they got to in the game. I think my all-time high score on this is like somewhere in the neighborhood of like 800. I've never broken into 1 billion. Yeah, and that 800, I had I had progressed into the wizard modes and stuff. I obviously didn't complete them, but like progressed into them. So like basically if you break 1 billion in this game, you've beat the game effectively, which is pretty cool. I think they probably could. The one thing maybe missing from this game is like deeper wizard modes, like super wizard mode kind of things. Like once you've completed a certain thing, then you get into, you know, whatever. I think this game would lend itself really well to something like Lord of the Rings wizard mode style, where it's you know, if you actually complete everything, you get to this wizard mode. I believe it's Valinor in Lord of the Rings. And I think this game could do some really fun stuff with that, with a mode like that. They obviously go for sort of like the big. It's funny because the modes are all like run-of-the-mill modes. There's nothing that really takes from major plot points in the books, at least the early ones, anyways. But the Dark Judges, the Dead World stuff, is all like major event stuff. So it's all very like big ticket item or whatever. So to do a wizard mode, like, what do you do after that? You know, Cursed Earth? I don't know. The artwork on this game is phenomenal too. Like, I love the way they did the judges here. It's like, you know, like a photo frame made of bones that's like they're standing up out of it. Like, it's a pretty cool little element. And it's like a nice twist on something like the floating heads.
I'm staking out a crack house in Sector 23.
Oh.
15 years. I wonder what's down there. Interesting.
No. Nasty drains.
2 years for speeding. I'm in pursuit of a stolen vehicle.
Alright, so we got our crime level advanced at least. Need to try to get. Ah, for fuck's sakes. No! No!
Windshield reopening.
Dimensional lock 3 is lit.
So let's try to get some shots up top for the blackout ramp up there. Oh, did I get one? Nice. That was a lot of points. Fuck. Blackout, when you actually hit the shot that it's intended to hit, is like much bigger. Like, you get double scoring on anything, but that blackout ramp is huge. Like, what did that put me up? I didn't see exactly how much blackout ramp itself gave me, but that was up to like 86 million at the end there. And that's pretty good considering like I didn't do anything else the rest of the game. 96 is what I finished at. Yeah, so maybe I stand corrected. Maybe the blackout shot is one of the few things that's like a major point shot. Drock is right. This is a great opportunity to get a J and a U. Oh, fantastic. Need to hit that center shot if I can. Just like that. And the E, come on. Nice. Gonna shoot straight for the, oh no. I was gonna shoot for the mode, but now that I'm back on the right flipper, lock a ball. Oh. The ramps are really unforgiving if you don't fully make it up them. Come on, give it to me. No! I always just miss that ball save.
Great shot. 5 years.
Dimensional Lock 3 is lit.
I'm staking out a crack house in Sector 23. 2 years for speeding.
Dimensional Lock 1. Dimensional Lock 2.
Great
Shoot
shot.
right ramp.
Missile destroyed.
So it's gonna pause that mode for now. Managed to get that advanced crime level shot.
Blade shield deactivated. Shoot left ramp.
Oh, come on. No!
I'm in pursuit of a stolen vehicle.
Oh, fuck. Damn it. That was one bad multi-ball.
Blade shield deactivated.
Oh my god, right after the drain. I drain when I hear deactivated. Every time. Every time. All right. Time to get serious. So I'm gonna let that drain so that I can try and get that shot there. Got it, which is cool. And we got it, nice. So I got our... I got the crime scene advanced, so that's cool because every shot I make on the crime scene now is going to build that value of a hell of a lot more than it was before. Might as well hit this. Nice. 2 hardest targets out of the way. No, I'd saved it. Ah.
Blade shield.
Yeah, so it is 3 shots to get that one.
Crack house in Sector 23. I wonder what's down there. Interesting.
No good. Gotta get that drain real quick, come on.
Drain shield deactivated.
Okay, counted. I think I might have got 1 hit on that advanced crime scene target. No.
Shoot sniper tower.
is a tough shot to make when you're not on the right flipper. You gotta go like that, and then, oh, come on, no! I might miss this one. He's killing a lot of people. Get up there, come on. Oh, I just missed it. Come on, nice. Trying to get those saves on this game is just a challenge, a struggle. Oh no. That was nasty.
To launch ball.
So I don't have my second advanced crime scene shot, so that one would be good to get, but I'm on ball 3 and haven't even started my multi-ball lock yet. So I'm not holding my breath on this one. There we go.
Dimensional lock 3 is lit.
Oh no! When I keep bricking those shots up the ramp, it's pretty likely I'm gonna drain. Alright, first things first, advanced crime level, no. That's one shot on it. Come on, second. No, missed it. Just need one shot up the middle. Got it, that's our lock. Let's start a mode.
3 is lit.
Or not. There we go. Come on. Well, this creep's gonna get away. Yep. Oh boy. Outlane drains are the worst.
Dimensional lock 1.
Get up there. Oh, you fuck. Nasty.
Dimensional lock 2.
Range shield activated.
Let's try to get a multi-ball going.
25%. This back round. Jackpot is lit.
keep these alive while I regain control like that. And I missed it. Damn. So I'm still not sure if so it was a single ramp shot, I think, for Judge Fire. So maybe it's 2 jackpot shots, which would be a hell of a lot easier than ramp shots now that I think about it. Still tough during multi-ball, but a lot easier than ramp shots. This is perfect. Yeah. Yeah. Just gotta hit the rest of them now. No, not like that. Not like this. Not like this. Oh, for fuck's sakes. You know, one of the problems I have with wide body games, like a Hobbit, I deal with it too, is that they never move the way you expect a pin is gonna move when you move it left and right. Like, they just don't fucking budge. Especially when it's on carpet like this one.
Metro Lock 3 is lit. Metro Lock 1. Metro Lock 2.
$5 million. I'm staking out a crack house in Sector 3. I wonder what's down there.
Nice. Get up in there. Come on. Down to 2 every time. Get in there. Oh,
Staking out a crack house in Sector 23.
oh boy.
Shoot right ramp.
I wonder what's down there. I wonder what's over there. Interesting.
Rain shield deactivated.
Great shot. Missile destroyed.
Fuck me. I always want to save that one off my left flipper, but it's the right that it needs to be saved on. It's a hard habit to break. Nice, we got a crime level up right off the get-go.
Rain shield
Or terrorism.
Suspicious character detected in UG.
25 years for treatment. Stop, or I will shoot.
Shoot like ramp.
15 years. Freeze. 24 days for extortion.
I'm building up a lot of crime scene value, but not hitting any shots. Yeah, so I had warning, misdemeanor, and felony, all lit. If I can get the crime scene advanced, I can probably get one of those too.
Rain shield
Then we can see what kind of points we can get. Oh, come on, one more. Oh. Holy shit. Holy shit.
Range shield
Oh, fuck.
deactivated.
Dredd.
I wasn't thinking there at all.
Sector house is destroyed.
Yo shit is blowed up.
18 years for assault.
Shoot sniper tower.
Fuck me. Again, every time it feels like it's feeding my left flipper and then it's like, nope. I swear, one of these rounds I'm gonna have a good game and then watch out.
Range shield deactivated.
It's not gonna be this round. But who knows? It's all about ball 3, right? That's my fucking mantra.
Range shield
Ugh. Damn it.
For terrorism.
I was just starting to laugh thinking about this mode, but son of a bitch.
range shield deactivated. Stabilize.
I love that 3-meter island. Oh, come on. So you can see here I didn't actually make the full loop up top, so it's gonna just pull the ball off the crane and keep it in play. Come on, drop it. Ugh. This is one of the problems with having moved the optos out like that. It in certain circumstances it'll give me an issue. Also, I guess I forgot to mention the ramp shot there. If you just keep making it, the value builds. I don't know if it's a capped value, but it's probably a pretty viable strategy to just hit ramps until they build up to a value that's like incredible for a single shot. But when you can get, 60 million off of a single shot, oh, for fuck's sakes. If you can get like 60 million off a single shot in Blackout, don't know that it would be worth it. You'd be better off just progressing the modes as fast as you can to Blackout.
Welcome aboard.
I'll take it.
Here's for solicitation. Dredd.
Oh my god, no! No! It's a bad start.
Use fire button to launch fire. Range shield deactivated.
Woof. I didn't think I was gonna get that save. Let's get a mode going if we can. Because it's blackout. And I want to see what kind of value I can get off of it. Oh, get up there. It's also hard to judge. So you get that that drain right down the middle, but only. Oh, it was looping around and I missed it.
Dimensional lock 3 is lit.
I need to just try to get it up onto that right flipper, but I'm having a struggle here. Oh, that's the one I need. No.
Press 1 free. Rock.
Couldn't quite make it.
Dimensional lock 1.
What was I saying? I forget what I was saying just a second ago. Anyways, that was not bad because the blackout lasted a while, and at least when that happens, you're still getting double scoring on everything. Oh, nice. Perfect sniper shot and followed up. Come on. Not as fast as I wanted. And maybe, yeah. Nice.
5 million.
Of course. Come on. There we go. See if I can get that battle tank shot this time. That's what I want. Oh! Come on. No! Ah. Whew. Oh, it didn't make it all the way up. Ah, damn it. What can you do? Yeah, that both blackout and battle tank hitting that ramp shot right there is so tough, and it's like a very valuable shot for both of them. You need it to complete battle tank mode, and in blackout it's just a huge value. So like it's basically like a super jackpot kind of shot during blackout.
Flame shield deactivated.
Alright, what am I doing here? Let's get a mode going if we can. Or lock 2 more balls. Or none of the above. This could be quick. Come on.
Reactor stabilized.
Premier Island is secure.
That's, see, 33 million for one shot if you do it quick, and that was, I guess I had Class X felony lit there, so that's, I don't know what it defaults to, but that's still pretty good value.
Dimensional lock 2.
Alright, one more for multi-ball. Might as well hit some targets here.
Missile destroyed.
It's 5 million off of that, it's not bad. Let's get that multi-ball going if we can. Got a replay, cool. So, going for that center shot if we can get it. Things are getting spicy here. Oh my god. Hate when the ball does this. There we go. Come on, register. Oh, it didn't register. That's so stupid. There we go. So that'll extend our timer on it. Oh no! Boy, oh boy, oh boy. We just extended the timer. No! What did I get? High score 3. Not bad. What did that end up being? Come on. 213. So again, not that great of a game. It was okay. I think we did what, like 4 modes? Safecracker was the 4th, I think. So, I mean, you can kind of see, like, getting 9 modes is a pretty tough thing to do, even if you don't actually play them and you just are like, I want to get through them as fast as I can. Don't. Okay. So I need one more shot to advance crime scene level. I think I just got it. Yes, I did. That glancing shot can be real tricky to get, but we got it. This is a good time to get my U.
Missile destroyed.
Hopefully I can pop the D and the G real quick. Got the G, but at the wrong time. Gonna roll back down and, oh, I was hoping I could get it from there.
Dimensional lock 3 ready.
85 years for treason.
All right, Hoff, it's revenge time. Take that. And that. No! I'll get you, Hoff. One of these days. One of these days, I'm gonna get the Hoff. Not today, Grandma.
Wind shield deactivated.
Come on, quick. Oh, no. I also find with this one, oh my god. I also find with this one, if you don't snap that meltdown shot on the captive balls here, if you don't get that like right off the get-go, you have a real hard time regaining control to get it back up there. You basically need to get yourself shot back up into the sniper tower shot just so you get an easy feed onto this flipper. You could also shoot the center shot, get it in there, get the feed out of the up kick here. But yeah, it's a really tough one to recover from if you miss it off the get-go.
Don't move.
Suspicious characters posted in your game.
Dimensional lock 1
So I'm getting the dimensional locks there, as well as progress on Manhunt Millions. However, getting control of it and getting it back on that right flipper is real tough.
Great 2 years for speeding.
Wind shield deactivated.
Warning for smoking. Dredd to control. I'm in pursuit of a stolen vehicle. 2 years for speeding. 2 years for solicitation.
Oh, no. That one was at the sweet spot where it's rolled up enough that it's not coming back to my left flipper, but it's also not all the way over for the right flipper. That left ramp, you really want to make it. If you don't, it's gonna hurt.
Rain shield deactivated.
Well, I've already got these, so we'll just pop that.
Missile destroyed.
This is great because it usually hits my D and my G. And hopefully, yes. Nice. Alright. Let's try and get that blackout ramp because it's so damn valuable, but no. No, we won't. That would be too easy. Like that. So easy. I didn't hit the ramp there. It's hard to hit that ramp even at the best of times when it's just, you know, chaos of... Oh, come on! Come on!
Rain shield deactivated.
Dimensional Mach 1. Dimensional Mach 2.
I can't believe I saved that one. It never happens. Alright. Get that left ramp shot as soon as we can. Come on.
Rain shield deactivated.
For terrorism. 35 years of armed
Oh my god.
5 years for treason.
Shoot left red.
Typical. Typical. Get up there. Oh my god. Alright, Hoff. Rematch. I'm missing those shots. There we go. So basically every time the music restarts, it's from a hit. 28 million off of that mode's not bad. We got you though, Hoff. You got taken down a peg. Come on. Oh, come on. Yeah. You nasty, JD, but I like you.
Rain shield deactivated.
15 years.
All right, we got our blackout. Yes! Oh, man, finally. Wasn't that valuable. I must have had like my crime scene really advanced the last time or something. Still pretty valuable. It wasn't that valuable, but it was pretty valuable. But the best part's just making that shot. Oh my god, it's so satisfying. And like the sound for that is so out of everything else that it really stands out when you hit it.
Rain shield deactivated.
I don't even bother when it goes halfway up. You despise this machine the most. Yeah, I can definitely see why you despise it. It is mean. I think the reason I like it is for this era of machine. It has a lot of really like.
Destroyed.
Let me finish this ball. There we go. I didn't mean to finish it that quick, but yeah. So for this era, I mean, this was 93, I believe this came out. It's not on these new cards, but the time this came out, like the playfield artwork Around this time started getting... Two things happened. You had like the decline with things like... it's a little bit later, but like Stargate, things like that. So like the artwork and stuff is like, you know, a little bit rougher in that period. But you're also heading into the Williams like heyday with like Circus Voltaire and stuff like that. So this is kind of a cool happy medium artwork wise, because it's sort of a bridge game in terms of artwork. You've got pieces like this centerpiece where it really stands out and looks very like modern, really. Like the comic style artwork, like true comic style artwork is fantastic. But it's also mixed with some of the older style stuff, like the blue and red lanes almost look like something off of High Speed. And then on top of that, the way the modes progress and the scoring increases with the crime scenes and stuff, that's very like, it's a very modern feeling mode progression. And you know, it's like one of those things where you got a strategy like, okay, I can like hit a bunch of different shots to build up my value, and then I can do this to actually get my value, you know, cashed in. And I think that's like, it's not necessarily a modern thing, but it wasn't like super common until a little bit later into some of the games. I like that for a wide body, it's super fast. Basically what it means is you can cram all these cool things onto this game and it not feel like you can't even see the play field. I mean, this has 3 habit trails plus a 4th vertical up kick habit trail here, and all of it is seamless. It doesn't block your view. You can't really see it from my angle, but these judge targets, the drop targets, are visible right between the 2 habit trails on this part. The physical Dead World ball lock is fantastic. It's one of my favorite ball locks that's ever been made. I wish it had ball save things. Like, ideally, the only thing I would change on this game is have outlane ball saves that are like the cages in Tales of the Arabian Nights. That would be so fantastic. You know, having them pop up and physically lock the ball and save it from a drain. If you could get that and enable them from hitting the mystery award here, that would be super awesome. Yeah, so the drains on this game are definitely, that's why I wish it had a ball save, a physical ball save like that. You can, but I don't really like it because it throws off the flow of the game. Software ball saves are great in that you're like, yes, I got a ball save. But when you are going to get a nice, easy feed to your left flipper on a fast-playing game versus a fast, you know, orbit shot, I don't think that's a fair ball save, you know? Especially when it's hard. This is a game that's hard to regain control on because of the way the slings are angled, being that it's a wide body, the angle of the out lanes. Like, it is not easy to... it's not easy to recover and get in a comfortable position for shooting specific shots out of. So having that orbit, having it plunge and orbit around fast, the best you can hope for is that you, off of this flipper, you manage to brick it somewhere up here and have it roll down to this flipper so that you can shoot it into crime scene and have it launch back up and feed this left flipper. So if this game had a physical ball save, I would consider it a very good game. Because it lacks a physical ball save, And actually, after seeing, I can't remember what the name of it is. Atoll, or I don't know, something like that. It's like the Mad Max themed game. It has these pop-up drop target ball saves, and it is like the coolest thing. I wish more games would put this in because it's like basically a method of scoring as well as ball save. But yeah, so outside of that, I think the shot map on this game is very modern in terms of shot maps. Like, there's lots of different technical shots to make, and the only thing that I wish was a little bit different is I wish this was a full-size flipper up here, and I wish that it was pulled back just a little bit. So basically keep the front of it where it is, but make it a full size. I wish that was a thing. It's not, but whatever. There was a period there where they were like, mini flippers are the best, and everybody's like, no, but they did it anyways. The ramps are satisfying. The vertical up kicks, like I said, the habit trails, they're all satisfying. They're in good places. The fact that it has a subway, but it's a simple single-use subway that isn't complicated and you don't know where the ball is going to come out, that's fantastic design. It's got captive balls here with 3 switches. That's like, it's a simple thing, but it requires a precision shot for it to actually fully register the 3rd switch. I like that. Basically, it's a game that rewards precision shooting. And like I said, it's mean. It's got a lot of nasty drains. Like, if you come up a ramp and you are not ready to, like, jar the machine out of the way, you're not going to get a ball save off of it. But knowing that and going into it, you're less likely to be like, oh, I need to, you know, slap this off real quick. You're more likely to say, okay, I want to make this shot, you know, from a calculated point of, you're a calculated shot basically. Like, if it's coming down off a feed, that's my favorite time to hit the left ramp. The left orbit, I find I'm a lot more likely to make it from a ball trap. But ball traps on this game, the way I have it set up anyways, are difficult because the ball wants to roll off. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's just a lot of things that I like about the game. The theme, obviously, for me is a huge one. And, oh, sorry, I didn't answer your question about the speaker panel. So the speaker panel is actually a completely, originally that speaker panel had, is just basically a chunk of wood with holes cut in it. I found somebody who makes, you can get them on Pinside in the marketplace. They make them for a few different games. It's basically a big piece of clear plastic. I don't know what kind of plastic, but it's like clear plastic with an LED strip around it. And you basically, you peel off the old speaker panel translate thing, and then you have to remove all of the material off of it, which is a freaking nightmare. I spent like 3 hours removing like goop off of this thing, and I tried like everything. Like, normally you put Goo Gone on something and at the very least it's going to peel off a little bit of it. This, like, the Goo Gone was okay as a final touch. I had to use a plastic razor blade and basically scrape with a plastic razor blade to get all the goop off. But the results are pretty awesome. I really like it. It's got a little RGB controller. You can have it key to sound, but I kind of liked it just cycling through the colors. It's sort of like an attract mode thing. I'm going to change out the speakers eventually and put in some speaker lights and stuff, but I mean, it's not really a super huge priority. I also have an alternate decal set for it. It's kind of a little bit tough to see because it's a full decal set, but it's basically like this huge, and it's got kind of a little bit more of a comic book dot style and stuff. I think it's pretty cool. So that's on my list of things to do to the game. I'm gonna powder coat the rails and all that stuff. Like, for me, this is a keeper game just because it's challenging, it looks good, and as difficult as it is, it's fun. You know, it's like, everything about this game is like, it's fun. It's got cool modes that are fun and like goofy, but not too goofy. Like, it's not like Red and Ted's Roadshow kind of thing, like where you're like, this game's like goofy, but it's like, haha, that guy just fell off a thing and died. Like, it's a little bit like gritty, I guess. One thing that's always bugged me about this game, the plastics have always, on every example of it I've seen, have always been, I wouldn't say faded, but they look faded because of the color choices they went with originally. And I think if somebody made repros of it and made it a little bit more contrasty or darker of a color palette, it would be pretty cool. But it might, you know, it might blend in with the playfield too much. Who designed it? John Trudeau. So, pretty solid rep, I guess. The art was by Kevin O'Connor, and I don't know if Kevin O'Connor did anything else, but he obviously did, but like, I don't know if he did anything else that was substantial, because I consider this game fantastic because it's one of the few games that's based on a comic book. Like, it's not It came out around the time that the Stallone movie did, but it has nothing to do with the Stallone movie. It's based entirely on 2000 AD's comics. Let's play some more, though. Try to get that J. Gotta get that J. Every time. Every time. Drain shield deactivated. As she says tid, it goes down every time. I also think one of the cool things about this game is like shot strategies. Oh, get up there. That was one of the rare occasions when you can save a ball off of the left ramp coming down. Drano! Yeah. Thing is I'm not really playing that great today, so it's not like I'm giving a good example of what this game's like in, you know, more progressive gameplay. But we'll get there. Like that. Yes. What a great ball lock. No, I can't because it's Invisiglass wide body glass. It's too expensive to smash. And I don't think you were here when I was talking about it, but the whole soundtrack, aside from the callouts, I used the original callouts, but this is all a remixed soundtrack that I put together. It's using a lot of Outrun stuff, like this is Laserhawk playing right now. But I kind of wanted to go for something that sort of fit the like badass, but sort of like a little like neon drenched goofy kind of ness, you know? I don't know. I think it fits. I think I did a pretty good job.
Don't move.
Tooting my own flute here. But yeah, it's on pin sound, so if you gotta judge Dredd by a pin sound board, and it can sound like this too. Invisiglass, saving pinball machines from abuse for a few years. Nice! I hit that U right before going in, so I got the D off of going in there. I got the D. Ugh. Give me that E. Give me that E. Gotta have that E. Like that. Come on. Oh no. Fuck. I got the save. Oh my god. It never happens. What a glorious time to be alive. Probably gonna drain in 3 seconds here, but that's okay. Because we got the save.
Warning for spitting.
Yeah, get that air raid. Pop.
Missile destroyed.
And no dice. Ugh. I forgot I didn't have a ball up there already. Yeah, so what you do is you've got like a sacrificial machine where like when you get mad at a game, you go next and you smash that one. And it's got to be like a Bad Cats or something like that, where it's like the game sort of annoys you anyways. Fucking Bad Cats. Meow, meow. Wow, that was the quickest round of Blackout that has ever been. Oh god. Woo, spicy. It got a little spicy.
Great shot. Don't move.
Also, the callouts during the multi-ball for Judge Death are just fucking awesome. I gotta get some progression in it so you can hear more of the callouts. No, come on. Ah, fuck. Fuck's sakes. Alright. Alright, we'll just relight it. That's all. Well, that's a ball trap I've never seen it do before. Gotta let it do ball search. Oh, get the fuck. That's in one game. That's 2 ball saves off that left ramp I've gotten. Oh yeah, Paragon. I honestly, I would say I would take this over Bad Cats 100% of the time. Bad Cats is a fun shooting game, but man, that soundtrack, if you can call it that.
Dimensional lock 1 is lit.
Missile destroyed.
First ball lock. Got our first 2 letters for the second one. Oh, come on. Can't believe that didn't give me the E. There we go.
Dimensional lock 2 is lit.
Nice. I'm just gonna let this manhunt time out. It's not worth it right now. Getting too spicy here. Oh, and it was a weak one. Well, that worked out okay. One more shot and we'll have our ball locks lit again. Just the E, which I can't get, so I'm gonna shoot into the center if I can. There we go. That's our ball locks. I'm gonna shoot the right ramp so it feeds for my left ramp.
Dimensional lock 2.
And now's the tricky part. Oh, get up there. Nice. Finally. Finally.
Jump fire.
No. Well, we got one of them.
I will be back.
This ain't good. That's another thing that pisses me off about this game. I wish this outlane was just a little higher or something so that when you got stuck under this flipper, it wasn't a guaranteed drain. That's probably high score 3 or 4. Oh no, I actually got quite a bit in bonus on that one. So That's I score 1, but not my GC right now. And I mean, I reset the scores on this on Friday, so. I actually, your comment about Paragon kind of reminds me. So I got a Flash Gordon for real, like dirt cheap, and I ordered it hasn't shown up yet, but I ordered a guy from the UK makes a like a digital sound reproduction of the Squawk and Talk board, and it's got like reverb and stuff on it, so like the sort of like digital call outs or whatever. I think it uses actual voice in that game, but it's like low bit rate or whatever. But it adds like reverb and delay and stuff. You can tweak all those settings or whatever, but kind of makes the call outs in that game sound a little bit better, more full, because reverb makes everything better. But yeah, I wish there was an easier solution for stuff like that, because I'm doing, because my Squawk and Talk board was completely messed up anyways. I thought it was just the op amp. I soldered out I replaced the op amp, soldered in a new one, and didn't fix it. So who knows what's going on with it. The op amp on it was blown, and I imagine it probably was because of a bigger issue. All right, multi-ball. That's what I want.
Warning for spitting.
Drain shield deactivated.
Good. One more. No, could never be that lucky. There we go.
Dimensional lock 3 is lit.
Right ramp to feed the left whenever possible. Oh no! No.
Drain shield deactivated.
18 years for assault.
Dimensional lock 1. Dimensional lock 2.
Years for treatment.
It's a wild game. Gotta have the ability to make those shots, or it gets too
Drain
wild.
shield deactivated.
Don't move.
I didn't know if it was gonna give it to me. It was feeling generous. Not that time, though. Fuck. Whew. Spicy.
Lawmaster computer online. Welcome aboard. Drain shield deactivated.
Oh, fuck's sakes. I should widen up my slam tilt a little bit. It's really just the slam tilt on this game that's sensitive, but
Dimensional lock 3
fuck it.
is lit.
Threat 1-3.
Fuck me. Oh, God. It's not making it easy for me. When does it ever?
Drain shield deactivated.
we go. See, sometimes the game is kind, it's generous, forgiving. Most of the time it's mean, cruel, hates you. Get up there, come on. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Oh, you motherfucker. It all goes wrong very fast in this game. You know what? Let's mix it up a little bit. Haven't played a super game yet today.
Player 1 is up.
I'ma need a man.
I'm gonna need a man. Welcome to Super Game.
So I didn't spend nearly as much time doing the soundtrack for Super Game. I just kind of hammered something in there, so it's got a little bit more issues with sound balancing stuff, but and it uses a mix of different stuff from the main game. That was a quick end to that Super Game.
Shoot sniper. Shoot sniper.
Take that, Oswald. Read 11/22/63 a while ago. It's a really good book. Oh, get the fuck. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, come on. Just missed that shot. Fuck. Damn it. Yeah, fuck.
Player 1 is up.
Super Game continues.
So as you can see, clearing the drop targets gets you a few more balls. And I believe if you clear them again, yeah, it gets you 5 million.
5 million.
I'm trying to remember what shot starts. I think it's, oh yeah, it's probably the, yeah, so the sniper tower will start the Super Game mode. And I missed it, but that's okay. Yeah, it's the Mad Bomber mode. It's a mode unique to the to Super Game. Oh, get the oh, too spicy. No dice, Grandma.
Player 1 is up.
Super Game continues.
Little call out fun there. Little creature call out.
Dredd.
Yeah, Super Game in this game, I think it's really there so that you can sometimes enjoy a multi-ball. I'm convinced a lot of the features of this game existed solely because they were like too difficult. Make it so I can play the game sometimes. But I do like that it's rough as a super game because it means that it's not a super long playing super game.
18 years, 22 years for
think in a lot of ways I would actually compare this game to a game like Tron, where like you don't get a Tron thinking you're gonna do good in it. You get it because you want to become a better player, and like it's a hard game.
5 years.
I missed my Tron. Ah, for fuck's sake, that was quick. No, I am. Alright, you mean bastard. You give me a good game. You give me a good game. You be a good girl. You give me a good game. I want big bucks, no whammies. No whammies. Oh! She's being generous, fellas. Oh. Didn't count the D though. They never count on the D. Fuck you. Okay, it's not being nice, it's being mean again. It's maybe because I cracked a joke at its expense.
23 years for speeding. Warning for jaywalking.
Dimensional lock 3 is lit. Dimensional lock 1.
Get in there. Get up there. Come on.
Warning for smoking.
Ooh.
2 years for speeding.
Most dangerous. And I missed it. Ugh.
Years for speeding.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. Oh my god, you're mean. Nice sweep to start things off, and this time it counted the D.
Dimensional lock 3 is lit. Dimensional lock 1. Dimensional lock 2.
Boom. That's about as good as it can fucking get. So I've got to try and hit the right ramp so that I can get a feed to my left ramp, so that I can try and get the left ramp, because it's such a nasty shot. Or not. Yeah, I'll be back all right.
85 years for treason.
Yo, girl, mate, give me that big loop, girl. All right. All right. No. Gonna need to hit that center shot, and now the E, and that'll give us our first lock. Nice.
Dimensional lock 1 is lit.
Oh, that was a fucking fortunate bounce. Very nice. That was a terrible, terrible flipper save thing I tried to do. But that was ball one. That was okay.
Rain shield deactivated.
Oh my god, it's not gonna give me that. That is horseshit.
Great shot.
Rain shield deactivated.
No way we could be so fortunate. No way. But we will be this time.
Walking.
Because we're not worrying about multi-ball, we're just going for modes.
Shield deactivated.
Just too bouncy. Oh my god. You're mean, Judge Dredd. You're mean. Cruel. Cruel. I'd like to get one good game today.
Great shot.
Rain shield deactivated.
Drain shield deactivated means it's time to go down the hole.
Non-active computer online. Welcome aboard.
Great shot.
Rain shield deactivated.
Fucker. Mean. Mean.
Great shot. Don't move.
I think I need to slow down a little bit. I'm playing fast and loose.
Shield deactivated.
But like I was saying, this game ain't exactly a ball control kind of game.
Dredd.
Non-active computer
Okay.
online. Welcome
Gonna
aboard.
orbit around, advance our crime level.
Use fire.
Gonna ignore the judge targets for now and multi-ball and just try to advance our crime scene and do modes.
Warning for smoking.
I didn't get a full orbit off of that one, so... Oh, come on. Fuck's sakes. I didn't get a full orbit off the plunge, so I didn't do what I was intending to do.
Drain shield deactivated.
But hopefully I can still pick up that advanced crime scene shot. I'll take it. That's what I wanted. Basically doing a glancing shot off of the advanced crime scene shot. Right here, the 3 stand-ups. You can basically get like a sweep of the stand-ups and it'll advance you right up to Class X felony. So right now what I want to do is shoot the right ramp to feed. That's not what I wanted, but shoot the right ramp to feed or not. I guess we'll take that.
Dimensional lock 3 is lit.
So I need one hit on this again to advance it and pick up a mode. So hopefully Oh, missed it. Well, we'll take the mode. Hopefully get a shot up in there right away. Or not. This dude is killing everybody. Won't somebody stop him? The answer is no. Judges are out for lunch, bud.
5 years for treason.
Deepest apologies.
Warning for spitting.
Flame shield deactivated.
5 years.
Almost. Got it. Oh, for fuck's sake. Just when I get something progressing. Oh, I missed it. But I got that. That's cool. And I hit those. That's even cooler. Nice. This may be a multi-ball game just because I've already got it unlocked.
Control. I'm in pursuit of a stolen vehicle.
Oh no.
85 years for treason.
What do we got? 5 seconds. This one might just be a timeout.
Dredd to control. Suspect got away. 3 shot.
Some easy points there. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Oh, boy. Decent points, but really just wanted to get back to safety. Fuck. Goddamn game. So, ideally, we get into a mode and immediately lock a ball and start our multi-ball. 'Cause I don't really care too much about the points in this mode. It's more so the progression that I want. Oh, come on, there it is. Alright. Got one of them collected. I've already got the ramp again, so we're gonna need 2 shots up the middle. Get them. Just 1. Oh, that was almost 2. It's Judge fire.
Judge fear.
2 of them. No. So yeah, as you can see with the multi-ball, we were basically halfway through the modes and halfway through the multi-ball there. And I didn't even get that great of a score because I wasn't focusing on points there. So one of the cool things I like about this game is everything feels very progressive. Maybe not the modes so much. Some of them do. Like Safecracker feels progressive. Sniper kind of does. Stakeout kind of does. Like some of the modes feel progressive, but overall, like I'm talking about like general game progression. So like you light your first multi-ball, you know, you've got your 3 walks, you get into the multi-ball and it's a single shot up the ramp, 1 in the jackpot, then a single shot up the ramp, 2 in the jackpot, and then I believe it's just single 3, single 4, I think. And then I believe on the next multi-ball you do, it's more shots. Like the next multi-ball you would complete after looping through that one and finishing it. I believe it's progressive then, so it would be 2 and 1 maybe. I don't know. I'd have to actually do manual switch registration to figure that out, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. And then also, you know, once you've done 1 multi-ball, it's a little bit, you got to do 3 sets of targets instead of 1 to activate your multi-ball again. And I think that that's pretty cool. There's just a lot of little things in this game that I think are nice touches. And despite it being very, very mean to me today and not that forgiving, I also don't want to adjust things to make it too much easier because, like I said, like when I first got this game, I was like, yeah, we'll put it on factory default and whatever. And I found that I was playing like 6 or 7 ball games because it was like you collect so many extra balls. Like, and the extra ball's not even hard to hit. I mean, it's the stand up here. You can see the little orange light, and then the stand up right over here, which you can also see. I mean, you hit this flipper, you're very often going to end up hitting that stand up anyways. And this one, I often hit it by accident when I'm trying to do an orbit shot. So collecting extra balls in this game is super easy, and I think making it difficult to get extra balls even, you know, I've got it in competition so I can't even play them anyways, but like just getting them, cashing them in is super easy. So basically I scaled it way up so that it's not as easy for those extra balls and stuff, because yeah, like I was saying, with the way that you can collect extra balls, it's too easy. Like, that was a bad game for me, and I still progressed through half of the modes and half of the multi-ball, you know? So, it varies. I'm just looking at the time here, and it's about that time, so let's play 1 or 2 more games, depending on how this next one goes. And then I'm going to be heading out. And I got some pretty cool news that I'm going to share before I log off today, so if you're hanging out, don't go anywhere. Alright, so I want to get through modes. I haven't really been focusing on modes much because I end up lighting my multi-ball and I'm like, yeah, let's just go for that. So, I really want to focus, I really want to focus a little bit more on the modes. They're not that difficult to progress through. It's just keeping the ball alive, basically. But I would like to get some scoring in them. So, let's hit that. And no, not that one. Not that one either. Alright, it's going to be another game after this one. Unless I have a standout ball 3. Which is possible. Most good games I have, it's from 1 ball, so.
Great shot. Missile destroyed.
Like that right there, that was hitting the extra ball by accident. So I obviously didn't have it lit there or anything, but
Rain shield deactivated.
it's gonna be another one after this. I can't leave on a game like this. This ain't no good.
Rain shield deactivated. Damage 25%.
I'm not sure if I destroyed it there or timed out. Based on the score, I'd say maybe I destroyed it. I don't know. I was finally able to hit some of the shots with that battle tank that I've been struggling with all day, so that definitely helps. Get up there. No good, no good, no good.
Welcome aboard. Rain shield deactivated.
Wake up, you demon! I'll be back! Open that safe! Open that!
Finally hitting more shots in this mode. Nice. I think the next one is the last shot. Yeah. So he does an orbital laser strike to open the safe. Oh, get up there. Fuck. That goddamn left ramp.
I'm staking out a crack house in Sector 3.
Dimensional lock 1.
I didn't even realize I had that one lit.
Shoot while red.
I wonder what's down there.
Dimensional lock 2.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. God damn it.
Rain shield deactivated.
Control, I'm in pursuit of a stolen vehicle. 90 years for kidnapping. Your Friday days are over, pun.
Nice. Completed a mode right into multi-ball. Just need to hit some damn ramps.
Rain shield deactivated. Shoot jetpack in lit.
Judge 1. Contained.
First judge.
Judge 5. I will be back.
Shoot like a tiger. Shoot like a
Nice. We're progressing these modes real nice. Real purty like. Oh. Oh, well, that was not bad. That was 4, 5, 6 modes. 6 of the 9 modes. So, I mean, you can definitely progress through this game pretty rapidly as long as you're doing good, you know? High score 3. Okay, so that's going to be my last game for the day. Tomorrow, I'm going to be playing this again, and sometime in the next little bit, we're also going to be playing Walking Dead LE. I managed to pick up one of those. It's a relatively tough game to find them come up for sale, at least around here. There's only 600 of them made, so they're still kind of like a true LE, and it wasn't like, you know, the JJP with their like 1500 LE plus like 2 other versions that are also LEs. So at least it's still pretty limited, which is cool. Definitely nowhere near the LEs of something like, I don't know, like even a few years before that, like Avengers was like 300, I think, something like that. Anyways, so I picked one of those up. I got rid of my Tales of the Arabian Nights. I sold it and picked that up. I wanted to stream Tales of the Arabian Nights before I got rid of it, but what can you do? I didn't have all this stuff down here set up, and that's where it was, and it was kind of a deal that's been in the works for a long time, and so I probably should have streamed it a little earlier, but what can you do? So anyways, yeah, I'm going to play this a little bit more, and then I'll start streaming Walking Dead, and that'll be pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, I'm out of here, you guys. I will talk to you later. See ya.